Hey there, everyone. Welcome to your third part of our current series, Earning the Incentive Trip to the Symphony of the Seas Eastern Caribbean Cruise. Or, I also like to say, just growing and building your business. Some people will do these steps to just grow where they are and maybe not earn the trip, but get really close and get on a path to earn it in the future, but just be more profitable than you are right now. Some other of you already earned the trip, but you're still diving into this training series so that you can grow your business from where you are. You'll earn it sooner. You'll be more profitable. You'll earn bonuses. So, welcome to a room in my house. So far, every video I've done has been someplace different. So, that's just the nature of how life is. So, anyway, I'm going to move this out of my way because it's bugging me. Okay, so this is your handbook. We have covered so much already. Hopefully you print it off each time and you continue to take notes, and you can just add to the pages you want to or use it as a reference. Right now I can tell you all the information I gave you is impossible to do in 3 weeks. Really close to impossible. At least to do it properly. So I want you to know too that this stuff may take you a few weeks to implement. But here's the best part. When you're implementing it, it's going to be the beginning of October. Had we started October 1st, you wouldn't be implementing until the middle of November, and then you've already missed a big chunk of time to get going. So if you feel like you're a little bit behind, it's okay. It is a lot of information. And today I'm going to give you even more. So it is action steps, homework that you can do. I believe today we're going to talk about some social media work, using the computer and online and your smartphone. And then we're also going to talk about recruiting. Recruiting actually does not take a whole lot of time. That's all up here, right here, your heart and your brain. So there's not a lot of homework on this one that is very time consuming. What we did last week is time consuming because you have to go out there continually. It may take weeks and weeks and weeks for you to find the funnels that you need. And you may find a funnel and have it be a flop and then need to go to another funnel. So keep trying. Even if one doesn't work, keep trying. By the way, I'm on my computer that my phone is linked to, so you might hear some beeps and dings. I usually silence all of that stuff, but unfortunately my phone goes bonkers all the time. I get hundreds of messages a day, so just ignore that. I'm trying to. I usually am on my other computer that doesn't do that, but I'm on this one because guess what? I lost my charging cord to my other computer and I can't find it and it's dead. And I just used it when I did my video last week for you guys. I have no idea where I plugged it in at. But anyway, that's just a little snippet into the life of Rhonda that sometimes those kind of things happen. Okay, so I brought the whole thing up here just so, to me it's like, oh my gosh, we've covered so much. And that excites me. And now we're in week 3. And week 3 is jam-packed. We might not get through it all. I squeezed in a little bit of extra content here than normal. And so whatever we don't get through, we'll cover next week. And then if I don't finish next week, we'll add on another week. I don't want to rush through it and talk like a crazy woman and then skip things and not do this properly. So this week, there's a lot of information in here. Okay, so last week, your homework was to have a business name and have business cards because we really have to treat ourselves like we're a business, and so other people will treat us like we're a business as well. Part 2 was to fill in that skeleton calendar, and I've seen tons of them come through the Facebook group, so good for all of you. Find the 2 funnels. I've seen a handful of you do that. Keep working. Again, this is a constant thing you're working for. Some people I talked to were like, I've been working with this place 6 months ago. I gave up. And then I went back again, and now we connected, and they said yes. So just keep reaching out there to these funnels that are there. And what I loved was she said, I was so far out of my comfort zone. I can't even believe it, but I approached a creative type of business and offered to have my cards there. And she said the woman jumped all over it, like almost instantly, and wants to sell them more and have her do classes there. Like, So those are the good things. And then other people have gone and they've had flat out no's. So just know that there are good places out there for you to develop funnels, but you have to continue to go out there and find them. So if you get no's, keep looking. So you need to book and find at least 2 funnels. And these funnels might not be the end all be all. They might not be the ones that you settle in with. And you might have to continue to keep looking for others. But at least you understanding that this is something that is necessary in your business. This is a part of the secret sauce. We have to have new people in our businesses, and everybody's funnel is different. I gave you 9 different ones. So we have to have a way for us to find new people. Once you become established, one of my number 1 funnels is just bring a friend to my classes. So I have established classes, and so I can bribe my current customers to bring me new faces. And as long as I'm seeing 2 to 4 new faces a month, I'm feeling pretty good. When that starts to slip, I have to push myself. I do 1 craft fair a year, and it's a local one. That really helps me bring in a new fresh flow every fall. And then I do Facebook Lives every single week. And this helps me actually find some new local customers too, because I can boost based on location. And then obviously a few extra online customers. So that's my funnel, and that seems to work for me. So, but that took me years to develop that. So you have to find what your funnels are that are realistically bringing you in new customers. Create your Facebook business page. If you have one, set up some posting. We're going to talk about that again a little bit more today. And then book 2 hosted events for October. I've seen quite a few come through, and some of them been for November and December, and those are great, but that's not going. You need to jumpstart it now. So October is very important. All right, week 3 is all about boosting what you're doing with social media and building your team. So I've talked and trained a lot about face-to-face events. This does not mean because I'm anti-online or anti running an online business or taking your business online. I am not. I actually am very pro-online. Let me give you an example. I just can. All I know is just to be completely honest with you. But my business is 90% online. I believe in it. I have team members that I teach and train clients I teach and train to run their businesses online. But these are very established people. When I took my business online, I had been a demonstrator already for 13 years. And I'd worked 13 years to build a very established team and customer base and a reputation that came along with that. So when I went online, I had more success. My team members that have built online presences have worked years to be able to do that. And the ones that already had a business that started to do some of these things have had more success and have actually had success with it. And so I teach more of building what works. Again, social media and blogging and YouTube videos do work really well in your business. And first and foremost, I want you to be happy. I want you to be happy in your business and successful. Even if you are super successful face to face, but you're miserable, that doesn't help me at all. I have some of my downline members and team members and training clients that have a nice small business, and they do it all through blogging and Facebook and emails, and they're happy as pie. They're not earning the incentive trip, but that's not their desire to. Their desire is just to really share their crafting hobby online, and they're so happy with that, and I am happy to support that. But the name of this training is earning the incentive trip. So I would be remiss to just jump right into there and say, this is how you can build a business today. You can build a business like that, but not if you're going to earn the trip this year. It takes a lot of time to build that from scratch. Now, what I am going to teach you is how you can take what you're doing, what we've already taught, all the things that we've focused on, how you can take that and exponentially grow it so much stronger with adding a social media presence. So last week we tackled finding the new customers and building a customer base. One of the best ways to keep them going, one of the best ways to keep them stamping and to keep them interested in you is by using your computer and your smartphone and your laptop. I love using a laptop. When I bought my first laptop, that is actually the day I went online. That was the day that it radically changed my life because I could bring the computer with me. I am a mom of 4 children. When I got my first laptop, it was like 12 years ago, 11 years ago. And all of a sudden, I could like work from the living room and I could work from the kitchen. I could work from where my family was. I'd bring my laptop with me. Today, I literally worked 2 hours from the dentist office because I brought my laptop with me in my hotspot. So the laptop really did radically change my business. So we are going to tackle that. Now, this is not mandatory for success. People often will blame, well, I'm not online, so I can't be successful. I'm not technologically inclined, so I can't be successful. And I'm going to tell you right now, that is such a falsehood. There are more people who are successful who earn that trip, who do it face to face, than ones that do it with an online presence. But the problem is all of us only just see the online presence people. So know that is true. The last year we were in Founder Circle, the top 120 of the company, 100 US, 20 from Canadians. We did a poll. So this was about 3 or 4 years ago. Things are maybe slightly different, but not much. And it asked you, we all filled out the poll and the survey, and it was, how do you run your business? Online only, face-to-face only, or a mixture of both. The online only in the top 120 was only 3%. 3% of the people. The people who ran it face-to-face only was like 65%. And the people that ran a balance of both was about 30%. So there's still predominantly a face-to-face strength in sales. And that's why I teach this. And I do believe, though, this online portion will only help you. But don't ever think that you are not going to be able to be successful because you aren't doing all online. Now, I'm going to push you to say any one of you can add an online presence. Every one of you can get Facebook. Every one of you can do Instagram. And I really do believe any one of you can do a video. It might not be most polished, but it can still be a video. So, but it is not mandatory for success, but it can help. Technology isn't easy for anyone, and you can learn by using Google, and you learn by doing, and giving yourself a little bit of a break to not get too frustrated. Or ask from help from someone from a younger generation, and take notes each time to refer back to. So when I'm trying to tackle something and I can't figure it out, I will call in one of my boys. I'll call in my daughter. You might have to call in a grandchild or a neighbor or a friend of a friend that has a child in high school and say, listen, I can't figure out iMovie, or I need help getting this video from my phone onto YouTube. How do I do that? So you can Google, but even if you struggle with Google, then you can have someone help you. And literally that, my boys or even my daughter who's 15 taught me how to get my video from my phone onto YouTube. And now I can do it super easy, but it took me a while to figure that out. Here's something I want to have you think about. If you are a square, embrace that. And the square means your brain doesn't think the way a computer thinks. Your brain is very hands-on. Maybe a circle is somebody who can understand technological things, and it comes to them a little bit easier. So if you're a square, embrace that. Don't compare yourself to a circle. You can't compare a circle to a square. You can't compare an orange to a gorilla. You can't compare those two things together. And if you're a circle, don't try to be a square. Recognize who you are and what your strengths are and use those tools. Many times I know, though, like I'm actually a square. I'm not a circle. Using the online, like, it's not comfortable for me. I don't do online banking. I still do all my notes in pen and paper. So I wrote out my notes for today's call and then typed it into the computer. I like to write with pen and paper. Even I've done this training 8 years in a row. I still write out with pen and paper because that's what makes my brain fire, like on fire. Whenever I have a training client, whenever I work with somebody, whenever I do my elite mastermind, I am writing the entire time because that makes my brain work. And so I am a total square. I am not a circle. But I realize I need a circle to grow what I want to be. So instead of trying to become a circle, I find circles around me that we can partner together. So someone who might be really good on the computer, one of my first circles was Maggie Patterson, and she was from Canada, and she was so good at all that. So I'm like, I'll do the designing work, I'll create the projects, and you figure out how to get it online for people to see. And so she did, and we did that for many years. And then she taught me how to do it. She taught me a little bit how I could be a little bit of a circle. I'm still not a circle, but I know a little bit that I might be able to be an oval sometimes. But I find circles around me that can help me accomplish what I need to do. So it's the same as my household. I'm a tornado. My husband is a straight-laced perfectionist. And so I help him loosen up a little bit, and he really helps keep me in line, and he keeps things in line. So sometimes we got to find those people that help us make things work. But what I recommend the most for social media and blogging, it's not even about the technological side of things. I actually know several training clients and team members who are 100 times more talented than me at the computer, that are very talented, can do amazing things. But what they lack is consistency. They lack doing it when they say they're going to do it and doing it every single week. So consistency trumps talent any day. So in consistency trumps talent when it comes to stamping. So even I see talented stampers that only post once a week, or they'll post 5 times in 1 week and not for a month because life happens. But if I see someone who's even a semi-good stamper, but they're posting every day and they're sharing every day and they're passionate and they're happy, they are quadruply outselling the most talented person. So don't think that you can't do this because you might not be as good as someone else, because you can. It's about your dedication and consistency. Trust me on that. I completely am a living testament to that, and I could name a lot of other people that are. What social media gives you also is professionalism. Posting consistently helps keep people motivated. It helps their wish list continue to grow, and it helps people take your business seriously, which means they take you seriously and treat you like a business person. So let's start with some forms of social media. I am not teaching you how to do any of these things. So I am going to tell you a little bit tips on them, and then you again Google. Try to figure out, you can pay someone to help set up a blog for you. I do not do that. I paid someone to set up my blog. And then I just said, how do I update it? And they taught me how to update it. So again, you don't have to be the circle. Pay someone else to do the circle, and then you be your square and you create awesome things. So number 1 is having a blog. A blog is kind of like your home base, it's like a website, but it's free. If you use Blogger, I would start there. Don't pay for something until you're really going to use it. You might think you're going to blog and say you're going to blog, and then you do for like 2 weeks and you never do. So don't pay for something you're not using. So start with a free one and then work your way up as it needs. It has bells and whistles. I actually know some super successful, completely online demonstrators or online other entrepreneurs, and they still only use Blogger. So just because you pay for something doesn't make it all that much better. Don't let anyone else tell you differently either. On your blog, make sure you're sharing about you as well. People need to connect with you personally and not just on a stamping up level. It's a balance. Don't share when you've got a toenail, hangnail, or don't share everything. Don't share political views. Don't share things like that. But make sure you are sharing a little bit about you so people connect with who you are. That's important. We work in a very relationship style business. Number 2, share on your blog what you're currently offering in your classes, so people will want to come. This will also entice your face-to-face and eventually build up the anticipation for your online classes you may offer. Share all your Stampin' Up. Number 3, share all your Stampin' Up specials and videos. So when Stampin' Up posts a video, you can use that too. So you can post a lot of times when it's Stampin' Ups. We want them falling in love with Stampin' Up as well as falling in love with us. So don't be afraid to use some of their content as well. And then make sure you're still just driving them to your store and your site. So you can post stamping up pictures and videos and then driving them to your personal site. Number 4, this is your storefront, and most importantly, this is your classroom. You are a teacher. Remember that you're a teacher. Keep in mind, people don't buy things because they see how talented you are. I don't want the pats on the back. Rhonda, you're so amazing. I swear to you, I don't want that. I want for me to inspire you to be amazing. I don't want to be amazing telling you, oh, how I run the trip. The best thing that would make me the happiest is to see if what I'm teaching you is duplicatable by you and you earn the incentive trip. Just like when I make a project, I don't care how amazing it is, but if someone else can't duplicate it and someone else can't buy the stuff to do it, it's not worth it. I don't need to be the most talented person in the world. I need to be able to be the person that people can copy and create and buy the things to need to get there. So this is what you're teaching. You're teaching them how to make something. This is your classroom. So don't think you have to be like, oh, look at this amazing project. It's look at this project. Now, how am I going to teach you to make it? And what do you need to buy to make this project? So keep in mind that your blog is a classroom. It is not a showcase for projects. It is, hey, let's meet here on Tuesday. I'm going to teach you how to make this. On Wednesday, you're going to buy everything you need to make it. On Thursday, I'm going to show you another way you can use all this stuff. And then on Friday, in case you forgot to buy it on Wednesday, let's buy it on Friday. Because then on Monday, I'm going to show you something else you can do with a lot of these awesome projects and products. So it's a classroom. This is where we're teaching people. You can post any number of times you want to a week. Once a week, 5 times a week, every single day. I don't care. I don't care how many times you post. People are successful on all of those numbers, every one of those numbers. But what's different is that what makes it different and unique is that you choose to do it consistently. So plan ahead and schedule ahead. You can work 1 day a week on your blog and schedule everything out for that 1 day. Or you can do it every day. And it depends on what you are. You're a square, you're a circle. If you're a square like me, you would do it willy-nilly and post whenever you can. If you're a circle, you would do it on a Monday, and you would post the whole week's worth, have it all planned out. Anyway, you know what I mean? Like, actually, a square is more square and a circle is more circle. But either way, like, different personalities do it different ways. So it's whatever works for you, but whatever you do, just do it consistently. Obviously, if you're balancing this with another full-time job or another full-time commitment, it'd be best to pick 1 day and do all of your content and post your content every day. And then that way the whole week is taken care of at one sitting. That's probably the best way to do it. So number 6, so whatever you're stamping or creating, be sure to also whip out your phone and take pictures along the way, then after you're done. So that way I always have content on my phone. No matter what I do, I can always have content on here. So if I'm like sitting in my car and there's soccer practice, I can sit there and I can post to my Facebook group, my page. I can always. So when I'm making something, I can snap pictures along the way. If something I'm doing takes, I gotta like take a picture of the actual process, I can take pictures. So use your phone as you're creating, and when you're done, quickly snap the pictures. So I always will have tons of pictures on here that I can use, obviously on my blog. I have a blog. I actually blog on 4 times a week, and you wouldn't even know it, but it's because it's a paid for service. But I have to have those pictures at all times so that I can work all the time and I can work ahead and I can post. So whenever you're creating, just always have your phone with you and snap pictures through the entire process. The beginning, the middle, the process of it, the afterwards. I love snapping pictures of, kits going out in the mail, of events while they're happening, but you have to have marketing materials to use for your blog and for your Facebook groups and pages. Number 7, if you use a blog, you can also use Pinterest, so you can pin the things that are happening. So Pinterest goes hand in hand really well with a blog. And number 8, a blog also houses all your links. So this is my home site that I can drive everyone to for any link. So they can go to my ordering site, they can join my card club, they can join my team, they can join my, my site that houses all of my PDFs and all my online classes. So I have one place, and that's my blog. So I can drive them there all the time. So a blog is important for those things. The second one is your social media, your Facebook, your Instagram. Both Facebook and Instagram are free. And what's good about Facebook is it has a business connotation to it as well, where Instagram doesn't quite have so much. But you can use social media to help you actually find new people. But the biggest thing is we're going to keep our current stampers stamping. And what we're doing. So remember, what we're doing, we can share it to try to find new people or keep our current people stamping. Number 2 is you have to have a business page and a group. If you've been training with me, I am sick about talking about that. I just did a social media thing in a creative convention. I did it in our live convention. I talk about it all the time, but I'm going to say it again for those of you who are new. You have to have a business page and a group. They can be named the same. It's absolutely fine. You're going to do same content on both, but one is your business page, a storefront. That's your page. That's your storefront. That's a business. It's always you putting out content. People can message you on there. They can post on there, but not everybody sees it. Only you see it, really. Your group is a community. This is like you're building your posse. You're sharing on there, and they're interacting with you. They can post on there, and everybody will see it. So all the content's the same in both places, except for on your group, you will do maybe some more interaction, like a weekly challenge, a sketch challenge, a color challenge, a creative challenge, and you're encouraging people to interact with you. It's very important. And you want customers and team members on both of these places. And outside demonstrators are fine. You just need numbers. Facebook needs numbers. Number 3, again, you're going to be posting quick pictures here and also quick videos. You can post videos right to Facebook, or you can use your YouTube links. But quick pictures, quick videos, and you want to make sure you're always, every post, this is the biggest thing it's so simple, but people don't do it. So when you post a beautiful card or you post something, always include the link to go to your page or your ordering site, your DBWS, where people can order and they know how to contact you. So always add your link to every single post, or the joining your site, joining your team. Number 4, social media builds such awareness. I love Facebook just to build awareness for my business, so my business is more successful for what I do. People take me more seriously because of the professionalism that you show on there. It also shows how much fun you have. So take pictures of your classes, take pictures of people having fun, and continue to post those constantly. So next one, take pictures at all your events and people having fun. The FOMO, it's fear of missing out, is going to get people. And so when you post those, they won't want to miss the next one. So you want to make sure you're posting people smiling and stamping and gathering and having fun. Post on here every day. Every day. Mix in it with business, with links. So sign up for this class, or here's a class that I'm doing. Here is, businessy things I'm doing, my team meeting, look how much fun we're having. But then also share some fun, share some family things. Share Happy Mother's Day to all of you, or Happy Fall. It was the first day of fall a few days ago. So you can share fun, share business, but mix it up, but post every day. And you can do Facebook Lives on Facebook. These are very powerful as well. So those you can hook up directly right from your computer or right from your phone, and you can do a quick video that doesn't take a lot of talent or uploading, and you can get better as you go. And number 8, the thing about Facebook is it's also an advertising tool. So I actually have an advertising budget, and it's a line item on your taxes. So you're supposed to do it when you own a business. You're supposed to advertise. So you can do that through Facebook as well. You can boost posts that are for business purposes. You can just promote your page in general, so people will come and like your page. And you can even advertise on Facebook. So these are some ways to bring in. You can do targeted audience. So maybe people who are into paper crafting or scrapbooking. people who like Stampin' Up, people who like Sizzix or Cricut, or people who like Joann Fabrics or Hobby Lobby or Michaels. So you can pick these targeted audiences so they might attract some crafty people to you. But listen, don't attract people if you're not posting every week. They will only stay if you are a consistent person that they will want to watch or see what you're doing. Lastly, quickly, our YouTube videos. You can take it one more step further and actually do videos. And again, because remember, we're a classroom, so classroom we have to teach. Everything's more powerful if they can see what we're doing, so videos are great. You don't have to show your face if you're uncomfortable. Guess what? We all think we're too fat. We all think we might be too skinny. We all think that we aren't pretty enough. Our hair isn't good enough. My clothes aren't good enough. I don't have a pretty enough studio. We all think that. My voice is very irritating. I've got weird mannerisms. Like, I know all these things. We all think that things about ourselves. We all do. And so the thing is, that's what we think. And so we can't let what we think stop what other people are going to see in us. And even if they see those things, I don't care, because when I show my stamping, that's what I want the superstar to be. So if you feel comfortable, or not even comfortable, but you want to show your face, go ahead. If not, just set your camera up to begin with from the top and showcase what you're doing. You are a classroom. You don't have to be the most socially engaging person to be effective on a video. Sometimes shorter to the point videos are real good. Just make sure that you're asking for the sale. You're giving a supply list of what they need to buy. It's like a recipe. People are following. They're trying to make a dinner. So show them what they need. Give them the ingredients. Give them the measurements. So give them like what they need to do. And then directions, and just show it to them. So, show them this is your ingredients. This is what you need to do. This is the measurements of all the project pieces. And now here how we're going to put it together. You're a classroom. Teach them how to make stuff. And then obviously they're going to, and you can say, if you need to buy any of these supplies, buy them from me. Thank you for supporting me. For coming here, it supports me. When you buy from me, it supports me and my family. So ask for that and don't be shy about it. You are providing a service for them. Those videos and directions and tutorials and supply list, those take hours of time. So you're going to expect people to want to support you, to keep watching you, then they need to buy from you. And don't be embarrassed of that. You're running a business. People can pay you. It's okay. All right, so people will want to buy when they see what to make. So you want to grow your subscribers on YouTube. So ask them to subscribe to your page. Ask them to subscribe to your channel. Just ask them to. I love listening to my son. My son watches YouTube a lot. And he'll be watching young kids that are doing goofy stuff, and they're playing Fortnite or they're playing basketball or whatever. And those kids will always say, hey, subscribe to my channel. Click below. They'll have like 500,000 subscribers because they're not afraid to ask for it. Their filter isn't, their fear of embarrassing themselves isn't there yet. And they're making a lot of money on YouTube, and so can you. And it's an easy way for people to watch you. They can find you there. I even know some of my very most untechnical customers and downline members and clients, they can even use YouTube. So it's a great place for you to spend some time. So grow your subscribers, and eventually you can even monetize your videos so you can make some money from YouTube. Number 2, YouTube actually shares and suggests your past videos to your current people watching, and then even to other people. So it's a great way to find some new people through YouTube. And when people learn from you, they'll be more apt to purchase from you. Again, it's something you need to ask for. Sometimes people might think, oh, you're just happy sharing. If you want to build us a business, let them know this is my business and this is how you support my family. I told this story at my live convention. I went to a Wines for Humanity party. And so it's a direct selling company, and they do wine parties. But the difference is that the person who's the hostess chooses a charity, and a portion of the money all goes towards a charity. So it's really cool. But the woman who ran it impressed me so much. She stood up in front of all of us and said, this is my full-time job. This is how I support my family. So thank you all for being here. I take this very seriously, which means that I'm going to be here to support you and follow up. And I will be here to sell you wine for as long as you want to. And it's something that I will I take this seriously because it's my full-time job. I do this about 20 nights a month. And so I'll be happy to do it for you and your friends and family, or I'll just be happy to service you with wine for as long as you need it for. But I was so impressed that she was so bold and proud to say, this is my full-time job. And when you are buying wine, you're obviously supporting our hostess in this charity, but you're also supporting me and my family. And if I'm going to buy wine from somebody, instead of buying from some Mecca, whatever, I want to support this woman and her hard work and her family. I loved that. And so now I've been saying that and proud of it, that when you buy a class from me, or you subscribe, or you are support me by buying supplies and product, this is my job. And it doesn't have to be your full-time job. It could just be, but this is your job, this is your business, and it's really supporting me in my dream of being able to earn a trip for my family, or being able to support my family or help my family by this paper crafting business. So be proud of that and share that loud and proud. So whatever platform you choose to use, be sure to always give a supply list, the link to your store, and item codes. Make it easy for them to order. We want them to focus on products and not just projects. That's a huge twist of thinking. I can say that a million times, but you have to really put it into practice. All of these tie heavily, all these three groups tie heavily into an email list. I think an email list is the hub of everything. You can have all these three great resources, but you don't have a way to drive them to them. So people aren't just going to naturally just go and look every day. If they see an email come through to come look what I've got, they're going to click on it. So you need to have a way to drive them to your blog, drive them to your YouTube channel, drive them to your Facebook page. So an email list is the power tool of them all. So gather emails from everyone you meet, all these places that we've been giving you. All last week, I talked about all these funnels, and every one of them was a door prize form that has a place for an email list, an email address. And it's even more powerful if you use an online email provider. I love Constant Contact and use them. They are a little bit more expensive, but they have the events section, which is truly awesome. But there's also Aweber and MailChimp and other ones that are out there that people use successfully as well. But those are nice because they actually have an online way for them to be able to join my email list. So I will get email subscribers all week long, and I didn't add them in there. They added themselves. So that's pretty cool. I can put it on my blog, and I can put it on my Facebook page. All right, so we've been talking for about 37 minutes. I will not get through all the rest of our content because we're going to be talking about sharing the Stampin' Up! Opportunity, because this is a key part of your flex points. Remember, we mapped out a balanced way for you to earn the incentive trip, and one of the biggest ways to do that was your sales, and then also to have at least 5 qualified recruits and 6 or more bronze elite promotions. So we have to recruit, we have to grow our teams in order to be able for you to earn the incentive trip. So we're going to talk about this. I'm just going to talk for about 20 minutes. We'll see how far I get, and then we'll wrap the rest of it up next week. We're going to talk about customer packets and recruit packets, and I'm actually going to show them to you, a sample of one, and mine are not fancy. What Rhonda does is doable because you need to put together quickly so that you can get out the door and go and do stuff. I don't spend hours creating things. I spend more time doing it. So the making of things has to be a little quick. But growing your team. Recruiting, truly, I told you in the very beginning, it's up here. And it's here. It's your heart. And then that heart transfers to your brain and what you believe. And what you believe in your heart and you believe in your brain, then it becomes so much easier to recruit. And it allows you to be able to take action on things that you really believe in. So the question is, what do you truly believe when it comes to the starter kit? And when I say it's about the heart, it's about thinking about the other person more than you're thinking about yourself. So when you think about I need to recruit because I need to get on the trip, I need the flex points, I need to be able, I need to be able to grow my team, I want to promote to Silver Elite, I want this, I want that. If that's the only reason, and those things are not bad things, trust me. I want you to have all of those things too. But if that's the only reason why you're trying to recruit people, I'm going to tell you right now, you will come up against every obstacle, every roadblock. You're going to be doing it, and they're going to sense that you're doing it about you and not about them. You're going to feel guilty, and you're going to feel like you're trying to scam people or you're pushing things on people. You're going to feel like I'm a salesperson. Rhonda, I'm not a salesperson. I know you don't have to be a salesperson to recruit people. It's all about what is best for them. And if you truly believe in the starter kit and what it embodies and what it has and the benefits of it, then you can share openly and freely, and you can share without reserve. You can share from your heart and from a genuine place. And people will buy more into that than to somebody who's trying to sell them something because it's what's best for them. So, number one, do you truly believe these things? The starter kit is the best deal in the catalog. So when if I want to give my customer the best deal there is, the starter kit is it. Number two, because it's no shipping. And what else in the book is no shipping? All the time. There's no shipping. Shipping's included. And it's marked out like 20% cheaper than buying everything outright. Again, what else in the book is marked at a continual discount besides our bundles are 10%? This is 20%. And they can add anything they want to it. So they could even get some of those bundles. The starter kit is always the very best deal in the book. And then, not only that, free shipping, 20% off. You're going to get an instant 20% off coupon for at least the next 3 months. And then more as you stay active. It is the best deal in the catalog, and it's the best thing I had to offer everyone. Do you believe is there any obligation for anyone who buys the kit? There's not. They're not obligated to anything. Now, will they choose to do something? Heck yeah, you want to get that discount, but you're not obligated. So anybody can purchase a starter kit. Are you personally happy with Stampin' Up! In your life? Like, does Stampin' Up! Make you smile sometimes? Is it a benefit in your life? Do you enjoy getting a discount? Do you have fun stamping with your friends from time to time? Do you love going to Stampin' Up! Events? Like, do you love the product that you get? Do you feel that euphoria when you create? Like, are you happy because of Stampin' Up? If that's true, why wouldn't you want to share that with other people? Especially people who need a little bit of happiness in their life. They're under too much stress and can use a little bit of extra joy. Number 4, could you imagine your life without this hobby in it? And of course, Stampin' Up! Being at the core of that. Like, what would you be doing with your time? I don't even want to know what I'd be doing with my time because I'm so happy that this is where my hobby is. This is where I give my extra time because it's not just about me. It's about the lives that I'm touching and affecting when I do get a chance to craft and create and send or just stamp with people or bring people into my team and interact with them. So do you believe these things? And if someone is going to buy craft supplies, if they want to buy craft supplies, and a lot of people out there do want to, they just might need a little convincing. Isn't it best that they buy from themselves and use their discount? Wouldn't it be best to get it cheaper? I can't tell you how many customers I will share the starter kit with because I know it will actually save them money and it's what's best for them. People who are lonely and just need some friends. It's best to come a part of my team. We're so friendly and we have so much fun together. Isn't it best for people to have a hobby in their life? And I agree, like they can spend a whole lot of money on shoes and purses and gardening and quilting and whatever. Why not spend it with crafting supplies and the fun that goes along with it? I believe in these 5 things 100%. And I tell you this without boasting, but I have recruited over 360 people since I've been a part of Stampin' Up! It's a lot of people, but I believe in it. So when I share it from a genuine, honest place of doing what's best for them, not what I'm going to get from it. Now let me guess. You can imagine I've gotten a few bonuses. Can you imagine I get quite a few downline overrides? Can you see that, yes, I've benefited and earned trips and all of that, but at the core of who I am and why I open my mouth to people about the kit is because I know it's the best deal in the catalog. I know they can use their discount. I know they're going to enjoy being a part of my team. I could not imagine Stampin' Up! Without in my life, and since I want it to be in my life forever, I got to keep sharing it with other people. And I know it's best for them to use their discount. So when you believe in those 5 things, you are so much more confident when you share the kit. And so the only thing that's different between you and me, the only thing difference is probably a level of confidence. It's probably a level of belief. That's the only thing different when we're sharing it, is that I am more confident, maybe than you. But the more you share it, the more you open your mouth, the more you do it, the more confident you become. Trust me. So to begin with, let's give you an idea of who you can approach about buying the starter kit. So if you know nobody and you have no customers, or you have a few customers and you're just kind of starting off with this concept a little fresh, who can you offer the kit to? And everyone on here are like word for word, dot for dot, where I started my recruiting journey. So the very first year I was a demonstrator, I had 13 recruits. Even from the beginning, I realized that it was a great deal, and that's why I shared it. Even before I had any idea of earning a trip or sharing anything, it was all about just that I knew it was the best deal in the book, and I wanted to share that with people. I had come from a past direct sales background, and back then, a lot of direct sales required you with an obligation that you had to do so much in order to be able to get the kit. And Stampin' Up! Truly was no strings attached and always has been. So that was very enticing to me to share with other people. Like, listen, anybody can buy it. I can't believe it, but they're going to let anybody buy it. And they really do. So number one, who do you offer this to? You need to make a list. So make a list with me right now. Go ahead, get pen and paper out. You can even turn this over and do the back side of the paper if you want to. But make a list. This is who you're going to contact. When you put it to pen to paper, at least for this circle or square brain, when I put pen to paper, I'm more likely to take action on it. So number one, it's your family and friends around you. It might be your sister, your mother-in-law, your granddaughter, it might be your daughter, whoever it is. Your friends and family that are right around you are some of your very first recruits. I know many very successful mother-daughter teams or sister-sister teams that do this together, and they are so joyful together and love just seeing both people being successful. Your neighbors or friends, just your people that you're spending time with. I always tell my friends that I have that if you stamp, you'll see a whole lot more of me because that's where I spend the majority of my time. So a lot of my friends have joined my stamping world, and then we just become closer friends because of that. So I invite those people into I call it my vortex, into my stamping vortex, because that's where I spend the most of my time in my thought process. If I'm not there, I'm usually with my family. So my friends kind of get the short end of the stick sometimes until they come into my stamping world, and then we'll have a lot more fun together. I contact anybody, and I focus on anyone who has hosted a workshop for me or is currently hosting a workshop. Using your starter kit with your host rewards makes it that much cheaper. So every hostess has the ability to get the kit already at a discount, and then they can use it even more at a discount. So anyone who has host or hosting a party, that is who I contact and offer it to everyone. I always say anybody who's willing to host a party is willing to buy the starter kit, but you need to offer it to them because they might not even know anything about it. I can't tell you how many recruits I've had that had come from other demonstrators, and they were like, well, I didn't even know this existed. I can get the starter kit. I'm not trying to steal anybody from anyone. I'm like, oh yeah, anybody can. But those people feel more loyal to join with me because I'm the one who actually offered it to them. Don't let that happen to you. Don't let someone else share them the opportunity to buy the starter kit because they're uninformed. Now, if my customer tells me no, they're not going to buy it, then I know they're going to tell someone else no. But at least I was the first one that offered it to them. I have, and I'm not shy about it. Like, I have had people who've joined with me that maybe have had other demonstrators or even current demonstrators, but they've never offered it to them. Didn't even know that it even existed. And so because I share about it all the time, they signed up with me. So don't let that happen to you. Make sure you are informing your customers. Of course, I offer it to customers who love the product, because if you love the product, then you're going to buy the starter kit. But this is why, remember last week we talked about pricing your classes? where product is included or it's free with an order because we're developing customers who love the product. So I've recruited 360 people because they're product lovers, not because they like to make projects. Such a different mindset. That is why the pricing of our classes, and I don't care if anybody tries to dispute that, I know that to be fact. That people who love the product and will buy the product, those are the ones who are going to buy the starter kit. And they're the ones who are going to become qualified because they're going to buy their way there. And eventually, they will start to maybe even do a class or two because they love the product. So we have to make sure that's always that central focus when we're running and offering classes. I always love to target the customer that lingers after the class is done. They want to help me clean up, or I see them helping people, or they come early. I'm like, oh gosh, that person right there, that's my next demonstrator, I can tell you, because they're already even behaving like one. They enjoy working with other people, or they enjoy that time with you. So they're the ones that linger after. I can tell you all of them, and they're all joined because I've offered it to them. I also love offering it to some very talented stampers. If I notice they're very talented, or they're just their projects are really pretty. First of all, I want them to join our team because they're going to enhance our team with their talent, but also because I know that they need to have that talent seen. So when I see someone who's talented, nothing excites me more than exploiting that talent to other people so that they have that success. So I'm like, look at how good her stamping is. She won't show it, but I will show people for her. And then that will get her excited and love the attention and want more of it and be more confident in sharing it with others. So when I see one of my customers who brings me things that are really cute, I'm like, oh, yep, you need to be a part of my team. I see people a lot of times who will bring me things that they've made from like watching videos online or watching other demonstrators. They'll be watching my friend, Angie Judah with Chicken Scratch, or Erica from Pink Buckaroo, or everybody, and they bring their stuff to class. And I'm like, oh yeah, you're a demonstrator. You can watch a video and you can make it. That means you can follow directions and you can teach other people. So those are some of my key signs that I'm all over it. I'm all over them. And my last one, it's one of my most I love to do, are past demonstrators from people from within me, people that I have, that 360, I bet you 100 of them are people who've signed up with me twice because they were demonstrators a long time ago and dropped because of life or money, and then they came back again. So when they come back again, if it's after 90 days, they get to count as a whole new demonstrator. So when they qualify again and they promote again, then you get all the points for that. And so do they. So it's kind of like a fresh start for them. So people who have been in my team, whenever there's a special, I will go back and invite them back to be a part of my team. And that's because I want my team to be a fun place for them to be, where they're appreciated and loved and they know it. And when they leave, it's okay. I know it's just not good for them right now, but they're welcome back again some other time. And a lot of them do come back. Sharing the starter kit needs to be something that you do. It's a habit. It becomes consistent. It's a part of your words. It's a part of just the flow of when you talk to people. Don't overthink it. I think we get so worked up in how am I going to present it? How am I going to talk about it? That we become very nervous and we become very wordy. And so we say too much. Pretty much all I focus on is the discount and how they get started and making their wish lists. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about why I'm so passionate about forming the wish lists. Yeah, we still got a ways to go. So I'm going to find a good place for us to kind of cut off, and then we'll finish it up next week. So give everyone a chance to make their own decision. That's really what I focus on, is I'll give them the information, then everyone can make their own decision, right? Yes or no. I know that a yes, sometimes they change their mind as a no. And sometimes a no, most likely they'll change their mind and eventually be a yes. It's always the subtle talk that people hear me talking to other people that they'll come and ask, well, can I buy that too? Well, of course, everybody can. At one retreat I had in the spring, I was talking to one person about the starter kit. And at the table of 6, 5 of them joined that day because of the one conversation that I had with the one person that I had already been talking about it with. But when everyone else is overhearing and listening to us, like, wow, well, that's a great deal. Can I do that too? Absolutely. You can all do it. 5 people joined that day. And that's, again, not to be boastful, not to say, oh, wow, look at me. It's about the power of that subtle talk when you're talking to somebody. Other people will also be listening that are around you. Okay, so how can you inform people? Yes, face-to-face talking is wonderful, but that's not always available. I also like when I talk to someone face to face, it's when they're already informed. And so I'm not presenting it. Because guess what? You might not believe this, but I'm not really good with my words. I can stutter, I can stammer, I get nervous too. Um, we all do. No one is like, oh, I love to talk to people about the starter kit. No, it's not comfortable for any of us. So what I like to do is make sure that they are informed beforehand so that when they talk to me, they already know about that kit thing or about that kit thing that you talked about yesterday or that starter kit that you emailed about last week. Is that really for me too? So I'm going to give you how many ways? 9? 9 ways for you to get the information out. That's important. And I recommend all 9 of these. Maybe not all at the same time because, again, it's overwhelming, but pick and choose which one you can do. Maybe when you do one, check it off, and then you do the next one and then check it off. So you can kind of go through and work through that you do all of these. So number 1 is send out an email once a month, every month. Every month you need to send out an email about the starter kit, if it's on sale or not. Don't wait just till it's on sale. So do once a month all the time. Number 2, every month, post 1 time on your blog. If you're posting 16 times a month on your blog, one of them can be about the starter kit. This goes along with number 7. You can create like a sample starter kit. What would you pick in your $125? I'm glancing up because I think there's a spider over there and it's making me a little nervous. It's going to jump on me. So if I scream, it's because that spider is going to jump on me. So if you keep seeing me look, it's because there's a spider up there. All right, so you can create the sample starter kit display, use it at your workshops, use it at your classes so they can see it. I usually keep it in this little nice, it's like a crate, and I put in there $125 in product, and I'll say only $99, and it's on sale because there's free shipping. So take that picture and post that on your blog and talk about it. Not just once in a year, every month, have a time that you feature something about the starter kit. Number 3, post on your Facebook once a month. Okay, so you're not like blasting one area. Someone who might get it that doesn't have Facebook or doesn't go to your blog will get your email. Somebody who loves your blog but probably isn't on Facebook or it's not on Facebook on that day will see it on your blog. And then you'll have somebody that will be an avid Facebook user and they'll see it on Facebook. The 4th thing is to send out love cards. Like if you love to stamp, I would love to have you be a part of my team. I know you love the product, so make the card based on love, like a love card, and then send it to them and say, I thought about you and how much you love the product and that the starter kit would be perfect for you. So these cards that you could send out will just, again, kind of set the mood, get them ready so that when a special comes out or when you talk to them, that they'll be ready to make that decision. Have a Join Now benefits page on your blog. So you want to, and link to it all the time. So whenever I use the word Rubber Queen, I make it a hyperlink. So I just highlight it and then I go and I link it to the benefits page on my team that says, why would you want to be a Rubber Queen or join my team? And they click on it and it shows all the benefits of joining my team. Obviously, a lot of us have the same benefits because it's the Stampin' Up! Benefits as well. It's the discount. It's the getting the catalogs early. It's purchasing early. I also can add on there being a part of a team on Facebook, monthly team fun gatherings. All my team gets all of my online classes for free, the videos and PDFs. So I can put on there even some more parts and perks of belonging to my team. So sometimes those are things that you just do, but you don't necessarily list them as a perk of belonging to your team. So they're going to get support when they join your team versus maybe joining somebody else. So this benefits page is really important so you can link this out when you're doing emails. You can send that out when you're doing all of these things. Okay, we're going to get through this part and then we're going to take a break and we'll tackle the rest of it next week. Create the sampler of a starter kit and have it on display and put on there only $99 and free shipping. You're going to save 20% right now, and then you'll have a continual 20% off coupon. So create that either in a picture with a graphic or create it live in person. Talk about the starter kit all the time. Talk about it. I talk about it nonchalantly in every video I do, every Facebook Live. I talk about my Rubber Queen team, how we swap, how we just gathered for fun. Like I talk about our team meetings and about the recognition that I give. So just talk about your team. Talk about being a part of something. People always want to belong to something else. And I'm passing out the recruiting brochure. Let people be able to read things and digest it themselves. Again, we want them to become informed. So this is all about ways to inform them how amazing the starter kit is and being a part of your team is. So then when you ask them, because we're going to get about sealing the deal coming up here. When you get that point, then you are going to be able to seal the deal because they're well informed. That's why they will say yes, because they know what they're saying yes to. And always have the starter kit order forms, flyers, and brochures with you at all times. And we're going to talk about that a little bit when we talk about creating your recruiting packet. So the last thing I want to do to leave you with is the target analogy. And this was something, so again, when people are informed, they'll make a wise decision that's best for them. And the decision may be a no, and that's okay. It's a wise, informed decision. If they're saying no, but they know if they're saying no to, then I can respect that. But if they say no and they don't even know what a great of a deal it is or all the perks, then I'm like, okay, well, let me explain it to you a little bit. So I want to make sure they're always informed. And then I get far less no's because it is a great deal. It is so fun to be a part of my team. It's so fun to be a part of your team. It's so fun to be a part of Stampin' Up! And have all their perks that are there. So the analogy is a store, and here we have Targets. Everyone loves Target. That if I walked into Target and the sales representative there didn't tell me, and no one told me about the fact that I could come in there and give them $99 and I could pick out 125 of whatever I wanted. And then I also got a continual Target coupon to use over the next 3 months for 20% off. If someone did not offer that to me, I would be highly upset with that sales representative. I would actually probably even complain to the store, like, why would you not tell everyone about that deal? It would be the greatest deal there is. You're a store. You are the sales representative for this store. Make sure your customers are at least informed. And if the person's busy and wants to say no, wants to pay full price, I always say go right ahead. You can totally pay full price. I like to get paid, so go ahead, put your order in. But I know that I've done my job and I have at least informed them of what's available to them to take advantage of. We're going to talk about that continual 20% off discount because that's what's going to lead to qualified recruits. So the rest of what we're going to cover next is going to be, next time will be about getting qualified recruits and so forth. So I have a huge more section talking about that. But we need to learn and teach how to seal the deal. How do we take, because now we've given all this information. Right now we're just throwing everything out there, but we're not really asking. So we're not really getting uncomfortable yet. So this next part is going to be about who do you want to share this opportunity with? You should be working on your list. So let's jump into your homework that actually we covered today. You want to create your social media plan. Are you going to do those 3 things we set forth? I want you to be clear about what platform are you going to use and how often are you going to use it. So as an example, you can say, I use Facebook and I use a business page and a group and I'm going to post on it every day, Rhonda. Or I'm going to post on it twice a week. Again, I don't care, just be consistent. I have a blog, Rhonda, and I'm going to blog twice a week. I have a YouTube channel and I'm going to make 2 videos a week. Whatever it is, or 1 a month. You're going to decide what your social media plan is. I'm not going to tell you. But whatever it is, it needs to be able to be consistent. So please be realistic. The ones that come to me say, I'm going to blog every day. I'm like, oh, that would be awesome if you did. But then you're going to feel like a failure when you only do it 3 days a week. When really 3 days a week is great. You just need to be consistent about it. So what platform are you going to use and how often are you going to use it? That's your homework. So let us know. Number 2 is to create 10 new recruit folders. Number 3 was 20 customer packets, which we didn't get there. So I did give you what would be in there if you want to try to make up your own, but I will show you next time what a customer packet and recruit packet actually look like. But you can work ahead and get them ready. Update or create your benefits page on your blog. I'll share with you a link to mine just to give you an example, but there's even better ones out there. But what does your benefit page look like? It needs to be on your blog, and you need to print it so you can pass it out with all these face-to-face events that you're going to. Because when you're talking about the starter kit, you're going to generate some interest, and you need to have something to hand them. So I love handing them that recruit brochure and then our benefits sheet. So I love to give them that. Make the list of who you want to talk to, and go a step further and actually make an appointment with them. Have them come over to stamp with you, meet with them for coffee, go over to their house, tell them you got something exciting you want to talk with them about, something you want to share with them, and just sit down and let them know you want them to be on this journey with you. And I would love to have you be a part of my team. Again, this could be with, maybe it's a customer who's going to come to club next week and say, club is next week. Would you mind coming a few minutes early? I want to chat with you about something. So go a step further and actually see, you can make your list, and then when are you going to talk to these people? Set up that appointment, either with them so they know that to be prepared, you're going to talk to them. Have that folder dedicated, so this came from step 1, have a folder dedicated to these people that you are going to follow up with, that you are going to recruit. This is where that list should be, and you should start checking them off every time that you talk to them so that you have a way to know where you're going to follow them. Step 7, or homework 7, is to set up a plan for the next 4 weeks. How are you going to market the starter kit, or how are you going to inform people? Remember, I gave you nine options. Over the course of the next 4 weeks, how are you going to do that? 1 week, you're going to blog about it. 1 week, you're going to email about it. Just as once a week, you're not blasting people. 1 week, you're going to post on Facebook. And 1 week, you're going to send I love cards. And then in there, you're going to pepper in making sure that you have information to pass out to people. It's a great 4-week plan. The next 4 weeks, you just duplicate it again and continue to keep doing it. Posting on your blog once a year, posting on Facebook once a year about the starter kit is not enough. And number 8, create your sample starter kit today. What's your display like? Set it up in your classroom or your studio and snap a picture, and then you can use it on your blog and your Facebook as well. All right, thank you for being here. We covered a lot. I'm going to be sure to mark where we left off, and we will finish up with this next week, and then we're going to dive into getting those qualified recruits. So first we have to recruit them before we know what to do with them. So next week we're going to talk about what to do once they actually say yes and join your team. All right, good luck. I can't wait to see you next week, and I'll see you on the Facebook Live on Tuesday morning. Bye-bye.